Yes, guys, welcome back to the second half of our World 11, combined World 11. As I said, as our back five, we have Oblak, Trent, Alexander-Arnold, Joshua Kimmich, Robertson as a left back, Van Dijk, and Ramos as our centre backs. We move into midfield in this 4-3-3, starting with defensive midfield. Now I'm going to come in. I have to come in first on this one. I've been thinking. There's a lot of names going in my head, and an obvious one, of course, is N'Golo Kante. You have to put in his name in the discussion. But then we're talking about the last couple of years, and let's be honest. Since that World Cup final, Kante ain't been Kante for whatever reason. Whether it's Sarri playing that position, whether it's injuries, because this year he ain't been great. He ain't been great at all. There's a number of defensive midfielders or defensive-minded midfielders who are better than him this season and last season for me. If you asked me in 2008, even at the end of last year, I would have said Kante, 100%. And then you've got people coming up like Thomas Partey, but I think he hasn't done enough over the last couple of years for me to put him as a defensive midfielder. Now, actually, Carl made the point when we were talking last time about Laporte, and he said, you don't know what you had until it's gone. And I think that's the case with my choice. Fernandinho. You don't know what you had until it's gone. Because Man City have only been as bad as they are. There's, company we mentioned, Laporte being injured. We didn't mention it, but Sane injured, yes. But I think the movement of Fernandinho from the defensive midfield position into centre back is a massive contribution to why they haven't been as good as they have. And if we're talking, I said we're talking about over a number of years, Fernandinho, since he come to the Premier League, has barely put a foot wrong. He has barely put a foot wrong. And to show his quality, and yes, he's not playing there this season, but he's gone back into centre back and fitting in there seamlessly. Of course, the game here or the game there where the matchups may not be right, but I wouldn't have any as that anchor man, and that's actually the position he plays. Like even Kante doesn't even play as the the sole defensive midfielder in a three in the middle. I would go with Fernandinho. That's my choice, and I'm pretty happy with that. I considered a lot. But I'm happy with Fernandinho. Anyone can go next.
Go on, Carl.
You got some huge goal nads to put Fernandinho down. Some goal nads. I'm telling you, takes a man of steel, Clark Kent bravery to put him like. When did you ever hear anyone say 70% of the planet is covered by water and the rest is covered by Fernandinho? You never heard it. Never. Only ever heard that with Kante. And you've gone and you've lumped Fernandinho there. And not because Kante hasn't been that great for the past few seasons, but for the fact that this season the man's been playing centre back and you've still lumped him there. He hasn't even been playing the position and you've still lumped him.
No. How good has Kante really been in the last year and a half? Let's be honest. Since that World Cup final, and I'm including the World Cup final in it because Pogba carried him. Pogba carried him. That's a discussion for another day. How good has he actually been in the last year and a half?
Look, no, I hear what you're saying. But listen, those kind of beings only come once in a blue moon, and they are Messi and Ronaldo. Now, let me tell you, the level that he was at when he was at Leicester and won the league, then he went to Chelsea and won the league again, back to back. Won it with Leicester, moved to Chelsea, won the league again. The levels that he was at, and you could even argue the season after with Chelsea, he was literally playing as good as Messi and Ronaldo in his position. Just like, say, David De Gea 5 years ago, he was playing as good as Messi and Ronaldo in his position as a goalkeeper. But only Messi and Ronaldo can sustain that level for 10, 15 years. Kante, David De Gea are clearly not Messi and Ronaldo. Hence why we're seeing a dip in form. And then we question, well, are they still the best in their position? Well, they probably could be. I mean, Oblak is amazing, but Kante not being as good as Kante is doesn't mean that he's still not the best. Like, he's still better than everybody else. His level was that high that if he drops down a couple levels and we're like, well, Kante ain't been as good as Kante. Like, Kante's not been that good. Well, he's still bloody better than everybody else. But I just can't see any way past N'Golo Kante. I'm sorry. I forgive him. I forgive him for Martinelli putting him on his backside. I forgive him for that. I do. Because honestly, it shouldn't have happened. I forgive him. I accept his apology, and I forgive him.
Fernandinho would never.
But it's his one and only mistake, and I forgive him. And for me, he has to take the mantelpiece as the best holding position. But I will say, it's so tough because even now, like I'm picking him as one of my 3 central midfielders because I'm still undecided whether I'm going 1 holding and 2 central or 2 central, one cam. I'm still undecided. But either way, Kante is going to be in as one of my 3. So I'm picking Kante and ahead of Fernandinho.
Ramon.
I hear what you're saying in regards to N'Golo Kante, Neeks. From yes, his performances haven't been as good as he was, which was phenomenal, literally phenomenal. Like, I haven't seen a guy like N'Golo Kante in the Premier League for a long time, even including Fernandinho in that debate in terms of when he came to, like, Fernandinho has been sick. Don't get me wrong; he's been sick in the Premier League. He's done his thing, but the majority of the time that Kante's been in the Premier League, for me, he's outdone Fernandinho in that position. And yeah, people say, yeah, he's not a DM, he's a CM, whatever. I couldn't care whatever you call him. He's in my opinion, he's defensive. You put him in the defensive midfielder role, it will do a job for you. Depending on, okay, sorry, wanted a certain type of player in there, fair enough. Whatever, you wanted Jorginho in there, fair enough.
Even Lampard don't play him as the.
Yeah, and it just shows the quality of managers that they are. So because the great Didier Deschamps got it perfectly right, just having him there. Didn't even, like, they played pretty much a 4-4-2 in the whole World Cup. All right, he was ill in the World Cup final call. He had a cold. We'll forgive him that. But they played pretty much a 4-4-2 the whole World Cup, yeah. And Matuidi was like left midfielder, and he was just Kante and Pogba just running things the whole World Cup. But yeah, we've moved on from then, and you know, he's not been as good since. But I go back to the argument of the Sergio Ramos thing. Has anyone really come and taken a mantelpiece? Yeah, Fernandinho has been good, as I said, but when he was playing DM in the Premier League, I thought Kante was better. Now he's a centre back. Now he's a centre back. So you know, he's in that debate with Van Dijk and them lot. So I mean, I guess Joshua Kimmich is well gone for him. I mean, he's eating the debate because he's been sick as a DM this year. But it's just been 1 year, and I can't really give him that yet. So for me, I don't think no one's taken the mantelpiece of I am the best DM. But I think there is a role for it. There is a role for it in there. And with the Fernandinho thing, I mean, is he even the best defensive midfielder in Brazil? Like, is he? Like, that's a question mark with Casemiro and Fabinho in there. He doesn't always get in that squad. In fact, I don't even know if he is first. I think Casemiro is usually first in there.
Casemiro is. But for me, he's better than Fabinho. For me, he's better defensive midfielder. And Fabinho's class. I'm not gonna, but he's a better defensive midfielder than Fabinho. Casemiro, I would say, again, Casemiro since 2018 ain't been the same Casemiro. He hasn't.
Yeah, no, I hear that. But then the Fernandinho, what? So we just disregarded Fernandinho had a year at centre back, and
last year, 2019, he was defensive midfielder, and they won the Premier League.
He was good. Yeah, he was very good last year. I can't give him that. And I said, so I'll give him that 1 year, and then I'll give Kante the 5 years before that. You could take a year, innit?
When did Kante come in the Premier League? What year did they win it? 2015, 2016 they won it.
Yeah. So he came.
Yeah.
All right, so you give him what? 2015, 16, 16, 17, 17, 18. Cool. Fair enough.
Yeah. So yeah, for me, yeah, it's Fernandinho wasn't even in my debate really. I
He is
didn't really
now.
think about him. He's not actually. He's Singola, and that's about it.
Nathaniel.
It's very easy to pick, you know. And don't worry, I'm not saying Fabinho.
Oh.
It is Kante. I'm surprised nobody said Fabinho. It took you guys long to say him, but yeah, it is Kante. Kante's been consistent for the past few years. Yes, he had a not great season. Like, he's not having a great season currently, but like, he's still levels. Like, so yeah, but after Kante, for me, I'll pick Fabinho. I don't even know how Fernandinho even got into the conversation.
Fabinho.
Because Fabinho's a better centre back than Fernandinho, if we're being honest.
He's not a centre back, he's a right back. He's a better right back than Trent, I heard that. But when Fabinho came to England, he came as a right back.
No, he came back. Fabinho came to England as a DM.
Well, he played both right back and DM. He played right back and
but playing for us.
Yes, I know that.
For us, we've thrown him in centre back, innit? And he's done better than Fernandinho.
Well, he's played centre back.
Yeah, he's played centre back for us at least once or twice, and he's done that job way better than Fernandinho.
All right, cool. But as a defensive midfielder, was last season his first season?
Yeah, full season, probably.
Yeah, he didn't even get going until like December, and then this season through injury, whatever. He's like probably fallen off since December. So really, you're judging it on 1 year. You're judging it on 1 year, saying how can you compare to Fernandinho? Man ain't got it clout in his armory. Man like Fernandinho has been doing this. Fabinho come one season, and you're talking about how can you mention Fernandinho above him? Come on, man, have some respect.
Because what I'm saying is, when he came to Liverpool, where was he? He was at Monaco. He was balling at Monaco. Came to Liverpool. We let him warm up. He got used to it. Boom, balling again. Listen, what I'm saying is, yeah, in the Prem, it's Kante. There's a bit of a gap. Fernandinho and Fabinho, and that's it. Everybody else can fall in place after that.
I'll put Fred.
Who?
Who? Huh? What?
Did you say Fred?
I didn't say anything.
Fred doesn't have
McTominay.
All right, cool. So we got in Kante. I don't know how you lot just squeegee that one in there, but cool. We'll give you that. So we got Kante. Listen, I'm putting De Bruyne in it. Someone argued me. De Bruyne's slotting right in that second midfield. Is there anyone arguing against it?
No debate. The best midfielder in the world.
Look, listen. I got. Damn it! The laptop burnt me. Wow.
De Bruyne.
Wow. You know what? I'm gonna put him in there, and let me just say, the only reason why I'm putting him in there is because
the reasons you need.
Listen. The only reason I'm putting him in there is because I've just made up my mind. I'm going with the 4-3-3 with a holding midfielder, so there's a space for him. If I went with 4-3-1, he wouldn't have got in the team.
But we agreed on 4-3-3 from the outset.
Exactly.
4-3-1, no.
No. Put him in whatever one you want. He's in there, man. Put him in 3-4-3, 5-4-1, whatever, man. Just put him in there, man. Shout out.
All right. He's in there in my 4-3-3. He's in there.
All right. So Kyle, who's your other one?
I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, no. Him. Let me land. I'm a little disappointed because the person I want to put in there, I can't, because they've only shown glimpses of what they've been able to do and what they're capable of. Their ability and their potential is probably even greater than Kevin De Bruyne's.
Bruh, Phil Foden, mad.
This guy. No, it's not. Honestly, it's Paul Pogba, and I genuinely believe that Paul Pogba's ability and his potential and his potential ability exceeds that of Kevin De Bruyne. Like Kevin De Bruyne for me is playing pretty much very close to the best that he can. He's not really going to get much better than what we're seeing right now. Whereas Pogba, his potential and what he could possibly do exceeds that what I'm seeing right now of Kevin De Bruyne. And
Agreed.
but it's disappointing because of both of injuries. Like ever since him leaving Juve, like it just yeah, whatever you want to call it, innit? But it just ever since him leaving Juve, it's just like not that he hasn't been the same, but I don't know, man. I don't know if Jose got
didn't take it to the extra level that we expected.
Yeah, man. We expected. Like, I sit here and I think to myself, if he stayed at Juve and Ronaldo still came at XYZ and they got Dybala there and like we could be seeing truly amazing stuff from the Pogs, literally. But because of that lack of consistency and just a lot of questions hanging over his head, like he can't get that spot. But I would love to give it to him because naturally he should be either the best or second best central midfielder in the world naturally. But right now, currently, I can't give it to him based on his performances and what or based on his output. I can't give it to him. And for that reason, I have to go to who I consider to be I say the third best, but it is the second best because I can't give it to Pogba, which is Marco Verratti. I have to give it to Verratti because he is levels in almost all aspects of his game. In almost all aspects, like he's truly remarkable. Like Marco Verratti of PSG is an outstanding football player, and as long as they've got Kante holding the pieces together, pulling the continents together, and keeping them all nicely aligned, they're free to do whatever they want. Verratti and De Bruyne. I think for me that's perfect in central midfield.
Nathaniel.
Go to Ramon first. I'm still trying to think who I'd pick still.
Ramon.
I doubt him.
I don't know where. Verratti. Nah, man. Nah. I mean, I thought about him for a second when we're talking about sort of a defensive man in midfielder, and I was like, what am I even thinking about, man? Verratti ain't there for me, man. I feel like people put him in there. He's a good player, but best second centre mid, nah, not for me. For me, there's only one choice. Oh, actually, there's two choices, and I've been battling with it. And it's sort of more come down to where they're playing at now. And the two in question are my brothers, Toni Kroos and Luka Modric. And Modric, I think the reason why I put Modric in there is I think the past 3 years, if you're looking at it like that, the man, especially the first half of that, including the World Cup, which is one of the biggest stages of all, did he get best player at the World Cup or second best?
Golden Ball.
Yeah, Golden Ball, Ballon d'Or. Like we have to understand, like the man has been phenomenal. Like he's been phenomenal. But for me, Tony's been up there with him. He's been up there with him. It wasn't as good as Modric at the World Cup, though scored that absolutely unbelievable free kick.
Yeah.
For me, that's up there as goal of the tournament. I know Pavard maybe got it, but anyway, but the man has been immense in that time. Obviously helping Real Madrid to the Champions League in that moment with Modric in the middle. Slightly underrated because of what Modric went on to do with like bringing Croatia forward and that year that he had. But in terms of the quality, the man has been sick. Neeks posted a picture that time about accuracy of long balls into the box. The man was far and like way above anyone else. No one was seeing him. He was gone because he had he put in bare balls and they were all accurate. Like no one was like, you think about the midfielders in the world, they just weren't matching him at all. And then you take on the fact like this season, La Liga said it, I think last week, 93. He's got 93% pass accuracy in La Liga, and you're telling me he does all of them long balls. You can't even say it's a sideways thing. Nah, the man's mad. His vision is unbelievable. He's a similar player to Kevin De Bruyne, and I get people might want to be different in that aspect, but I don't care. I don't care if they're exactly the same model, man. For me, I love Cruz, man, and I think he's coming. Maybe his best days are slightly behind him now, but for the time
Cruz or Modric?
Cruz.
Oh, Cruz. Okay.
Cruz, and I think Modric, the past sort of year this season, we've not seen. I think we've started to see the decline. He's not getting as much game time, but for me, yeah, Cruz has been phenomenal, man. And every time I watch him play, it's the delivery, the accuracy is great. One thing I just want to say about Pogba, I disagree with what Carl was saying. For me, I don't think Pogba will reach Kevin De Bruyne level. I just can't see it. I just can't see it anymore. There was a stage when it was for me, it was tight, but Kevin just went mad. And I think we're seeing the peak of Kevin De Bruyne right now. And I just don't see Pogba ever reaching that level. I think his time to have it was in the past. And I think there was a time when I said he was probably up there as one of the best centre midfielders in the Premier League in the world, when he was like sort of Juve, Man United first year sort of time. And don't get me wrong, he's still a quality midfielder, top 20 in the world, definitely. I mean, he's in the top 20 and he's in the as Graham Sinnes would say, where is he? Where is he in this time? We haven't seen him. He's playing basketball. He's partying with friends. Like, where is he when his team needs him right now? Now, I think, and I just feel like Man United have replaced him already, and I don't know where his future lies. I don't know whether we're ever going to see the best of Paul Pogba, and it's a shame because he's still got quality, but I just think what Kevin De Bruyne is doing is an absolute monstrosity.
No, Ramon, hear me. No. I think you misunderstood what I'm saying. I wasn't saying he's gonna reach the heights of Kevin De Bruyne. I'm saying when you look at him and you see him play, his potential, like when you go into the Football Manager database and you see the PA, the potential ability, and the CA, the current ability, like Kevin De Bruyne's current ability might be like 180 out of 200, and Messi Ronaldo 200 out of 200, the maximum. And Kevin De Bruyne is 180, and his potential ability is like 182. Paul Pogba is like potential ability 193, but his current ability might be like 160. I'm not ever saying he's going to reach it, but I'm just saying he has the potential to go beyond.
And I saw that, Carl. Like if he was 21, I would be like, yeah, I saw that in him, because at 21 he had that. I would have said his potential was there, and I still think like he's got another level maybe to get to, and maybe we're not seeing maybe still haven't seen the best of him yet, but it's not. At what, 27 now or something like that? I just don't feel like I see that anymore for him to reach that level. That's just me, innit? As the best centre mid in the world.
I think I hear what Carl's saying. I agree in terms of ability wise. I don't think there's anyone who can do what Pogba can do in that position. But the problem is he doesn't do it enough. You'll see a game here, and you might not see it for a stronger period of time. Whereas, I think he can give you a 9 out of 10 performance, playing an all-round central midfield position, defensively and going forward, whether it's in the air, shots from outside the box, blah blah blah. Whereas Kevin De Bruyne is guaranteed, especially now, he's guaranteed last 2.5 years, 7 out of 10 every game with a 8 or a possible 9. Whereas Pogba, for me, what he can do, and I've seen him do it, even the World Cup. He had the World Cup, 6 games. playing in a defensive-minded role, which is against his own natural instincts. As you said, him and Kante bossed that midfield, bossed the World Cup, the same World Cup that Modric, the final, the same final that Modric, he was the best player in the World Cup. He was on that pitch, and Pogba bossed that midfield with a stick Kante behind him. So man was carrying and scored a goal as well. His passing range exceeds Kevin De Bruyne's, but some of it is to do with him, of course. Part of it to do with the team that he's in. And if he has played that they all gone to a Man City as opposed to Kevin De Bruyne, you might be seeing the difference. But I can't judge on what, ifs and buts and maybes. He hasn't done it. And that's how I can judge it. So that's why obviously we put Kevin De Bruyne in firstly. And yeah, for me, Cruz, have to give to Cruz. Modric, similar to Kante, since that World Cup, pretty much since the World Cup final, because even the latter stage of 2018, I know he went and won the Ballon d'Or, but even the latter stage of 2018, he was at the same performances that he was in the first half of 2018. Since that World Cup, he has tailed off. Not to say he ain't still producing, good results, but to be in a World 11, I need to be seen great. And up until let's say the two years before the 2018, he was right up there. I would say Cruz since Bayern right through to now, he has consistently been putting performance year in, year in, year in. To this day, he hasn't dropped it. So for me, I will go with Cruz. And I don't think I think you can put him in De Bruyne because you can push De Bruyne further forward. And how he drifts wide as well, where I would have Cruz as more of a deep line playmaker, and I can easily push De Bruyne further forward and drifting to the right, especially when Kimmich is there doing the defensive duty for my team. So that's me. I will go for Toni Kroos. Carpet Verratti, wasn't it? Nat, who are you going with?
I still haven't picked anyone, but I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna just go with what's his name? I'm gonna go with Toni Kroos. Listen, I was about to say Henderson, yeah, but I don't want Carl to shout at me again. You get me? Henderson detail. Man like Henderson. Ever since my apology video, Henderson has been playing sick, bro. The guy is cold. Listen, let me not start about Henderson. But yeah, I'll pick what's his name, Toni Kroos. Like, for me personally, I liked Toni Kroos more than Luka Modric as a centre mid, like overall and in general. Like I'll just pick Toni Kroos, man. The guy's got a good free kick on him as well. So yeah.
Cool. So we've got Kante, De Bruyne, Toni Kroos. Now, all right. Let's go to the right wing. Go to the right wing of the front three. Again, I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna say Lionel Messi. I beg someone disagree with me. Now you may disagree. You might want to put me in a different position, but I don't know where. We don't have a number 10. I have to go Lionel Messi on the right. I think for me that's a good one.
Well,
we can put Jadon Sancho there still.
Well, I'm gonna have to disagree with you, Neeks. I'm gonna have to disagree with you. Quite frankly, I'm gonna have to apologize to everyone because Messi doesn't get in my team.
Guys, thanks for joining us on this podcast. With some malfunction, emergency. You have to end it now. And apologize for anyone who's actually listened to this point. We don't mean any harm. Please do, continue to follow and support Neeks Sports, despite that outlandish comment that you just heard from
Neeks, is my earpiece working? I heard something outrageous.
What?
Look, hear me. Like, it's the World 11, and it's the World 11 right now, currently.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to understand that certain players' levels have increased or new players have come to the crop. And we also have to understand that certain players' levels drop off. Not due to their lack of ability, but due to age. They're coming to their end of their tether. And they're just not what they used to be. Not saying that they're not good, they're still very good, still a great player. But it's just right now, the world level, there's some players with a bit more youth in them, a bit more legs that can give you a bit more consistency week in, week out. And you know that they're gonna deliver to a very high standard. For me, I'm not putting Messi on that right side.
What? Are you putting him in you're not putting him in your team at all?
Yes, correct.
Kyle,
Messi just spent.
the man has carried Barcelona for at least 2 years. Carried. The man is getting a goal a game still to this day. If you want to do goal, it's more. I don't care how far his levels drop. Who is producing that? Who is producing what he's producing? Who you going as the right one? Who you putting as the right one?
Kylian Mbappe.
Okay.
He's done what neither Messi or Ronaldo set out to do. He's won the World Cup. And we like to sit here and talk about how Kante and Pogba carry that midfield. Mbappe carried the front line. He scored the goals. He's the one that put the ball in the back of the net. He's a young teenager, and he's set out and he's done it, and he's won the Champions League. Not for coronavirus, he would have won the Champions League this year, this season. This season, we would have won the Champions League, but for coronavirus. It's probably going to get called off and suspended now, so it's all hearsay. But I just think that guy is levels, and we're just blessed to sit here and have lived through the whole career of Messi and Ronaldo, and that's why we can sit here and we can, put them in our World 11's current team. But what he has achieved at this age, neither Messi nor Ronaldo had achieved at this age. I just think he is sensational. I truly do. I think he's sensational.
Now, what I would say, and Kylian Mbappe does get in my team. And I not necessarily going there. He does get in my team, but just not as a right winger over Messi. Now, the thing is, in 2017-18, so the year that he won the World Cup, yeah, he played predominantly as a right winger. But every other season outside of that, he's either played majority as a centre forward, so through the middle, or including this season. Actually, I'm not 100% sure this season. I'm to double check that. But definitely prior to that, same thing at Monaco. Or he's also played from the left wing. So fair enough, yeah, you can put him on the right wing. He's done a brilliant job there. But I can't not put Messi in. And because he's done, Mbappe, for example, he's done the job through the middle or on the left wing, I would have to in one of those positions.
All right. Fair enough. I will shift his position where I put him in. I'll put Messi in. Fair enough. I'll put Messi on there. That just means that the other person's going to have to get dropped out of the team. I won't say who it is now, but I'll bring it to the team. Messi can hold the right wing.
Nathaniel, right wing.
Listen, I'm picking Jadon Sancho. No one argues with me. The guy is cold. Like, yeah, he's one for the future, innit? But Messi, he's a relic.
Over
He's
Salah.
a fossil. Over Salah. Listen, I love Salah, but listen, Salah's he's good, but I like Sancho, man. Like, I like watching like young players play and performing at a top level, and so that's why I'm picking Jadon Sancho, man. He's cold. He's one for the future, so that's why I'm picking him. If anything, I'd pick Sancho to start, Salah on the bench, coming in after 60 minutes and terrorize the defenders.
So where does Lionel Messi fit into all this?
Oh, Messi's the right wing coach and stuff. The guy, like, let me tell you something. Yeah,
Stress, man. Rising my blood pressure.
when people ask me Messi or Ronaldo, I don't even pick Messi. I pick Ronaldo. I can't lie to you.
I mean, there's 11
So-
places. You can pick them both if you want. Like, it's not.
I'm just saying it. Like
Pick him up.
Messi can sit down. He got patterned at Anfield, and I don't want to see him ever again. Just be a legend, and that's it. Let the young boys take over now.
Ramon, are you going, Sancho?
I don't understand what's happening here. I genuinely hear me out and I said I genuinely thought it was going to be one of those. Is it fair if we still include Ronaldo and Messi debates? I thought it was going to be one of them. All right, let's allow it, let's leave it, let's allow it in. But I think because they're coming to the end of their careers, let's not allow it anymore because we did that in 2013 when he was scoring like 94 goals. Let's not do that anymore. Let's just say, yeah, we're putting these men in because they deserve to be in there now. I'm not on this allowing it anymore. Messi, yeah. Ballon d'Or 2019 winner. Last year, 2019, yeah. We're 2020 now. Ballon d'Or winner 2019. 6 times. You telling me Mbappe wants to do what them man want to achieve? 6-time Ballon d'Or winner Lionel Messi. Mbappe would give his left boot and the World Cup medal if he wanted to get that. Listen, yeah, no, I don't even need to say anything really. You lot know. Just go on YouTube and type in "man that got ripped up by Mess." Don't even put the I.
Can I say something?
Go on.
The reason why the reason why I'm not picking like Messi is because like we watch like there's these young guys have like they've come up like they're like for example like the season that's just gone, Sancho's just been balling, like Mbappe balling, and just because Messi's Messi, he got Ballon d'Or. Yes, he did what he did, but like it's about them guys were probably arguably even better at certain points of the season than man like Messi, man. He's tired, man. Let him go.
But the thing is, if it was a case of in the past 3 years, Messi's tired off, and you know what I mean, he ain't done what he used to do, he ain't scoring the goals that he used to do. Fair enough. But the man is still doing it. He's still bagging at his big age now. He's still bagging goals like it's nothing. Like he's still doing what he was doing 10 years ago. Like it's phenomenal. Like he's got 19 goals this season in the league. Like he's still doing it, and he's an old man really in terms of in football in age, and he's still out here doing absolute madness. And listen, what Salah's doing is mad. Like what Mbappe is doing as a player is mad. What people, Sancho, Sterling, whatever, cool. But them man they're just not at that level. And I hope one day we might be talking about someone greater than him. Maybe, man. Like, but for me right now, man, the King Messi has to hold that right wing.
He's not doing it on a cold night in Stoke. That's what I'm saying.
Cool, he'll do it on a hot night in Barcelona then. Fine.
So you said you got the king on the right, so you putting the prince on the left, Raheem Sterling?
Nah, man. The prince can circle.
You going left?
For left wing, I'm going for the phenom. The phenom that is Neymar. I'm gonna have to, because Neymar for me, it's a bit mad to say. I still feel like he's underrated as a player. I still feel like people don't give him the due respect that he deserves. It's unfortunate for him the era that he's playing in, that I feel like we're not gonna put him up there as one of the best Brazilians we've seen. And that's no disrespect to the greatest Brazilians that we've seen, and we've seen some brilliant Brazilians. But Neymar. He's put himself up there on him alone, and he's arguably carrying his country on his shoulders. No, he is carrying the country on his shoulders. The whole country looks to him as a footballer to carry that team, and that's why he gets back injuries and that. But he shows he can do it on a big occasion. When it was him, Suarez and Messi, it was unbelievable. He's moved over to Paris, and it's not necessarily worked out for Europe. Of course, he's done it in the league, fair enough. But he shows his class. And this season alone, he's got sort of back to his best after his injuries from last year. And yeah, for me, in terms of the quality, you may not be seeing the statistics. I know maybe Mane may have the better stats than him, but as an actual player, man for man, there's no better left wing right now than Neymar.
Nathaniel.
Left wing, left wing, left wing, left wing. See, with the whole Neymar debate, it depends on like when the game's being played. Because you're playing it in around March, the guy's always injured, in it? Because I don't know, he just plans it all the time, in it. So if we're doing it now, I'm not picking Neymar, in it. But left wing for me, my Liverpool bias is gonna come into this now. I can't lie. I'm picking Mane just because best African player for me personally, and he's just been Mane for the last few seasons, isn't it? When he came to Liverpool, instant impact, and he's just been leveling up like every year, like every season he's got better and better and better. So I'll just pick Mane. It's easy option as well. So I don't really watch anybody else as well, to be fair. So can't really comment on any other left wingers really.
Kyle.
Can you come to me after what is going on in the room here? Just come to me. No, wait, look, that's cool. All right. First of all, I can't believe this guy said Sadio Mane. It's an outrage. And I hear what Ramon's saying in the sense that Neymar's having to carry his country on his back single-handedly, but I also have to point out that at every junction, he's also failed to do so. Whether it be through injury or lack of performances, mainly to do with injury, but he's failed at every junction. So he's not doing a very good job carrying his team. So I don't know why we're even using that argument to say he's the left attacking player in the world. We've got certain random like Eden Hazard that does it on a week in, week out basis. And,
he definitely does it on a week out basis.
No, I'm messing. But because I need to, this is so janky, man. I've got Messi out on the right. Like, this is
take out
this
Messi.
This is janky, man. All right, hear me. But Mbappe don't play on the left though, man. So I can't put him there.
He plays.
Who's the best left winger in the world right now?
Mbappe. Okay, let me just give you some context quickly because Mbappe plays, and this is according. Let me just get it up. This is according to Transfer Market, reliable source. So this season, he's played 21 games through the middle, 9 on the left, 3 on the right. Last season, I guess this is like where he starts. Last season, he played 33 through the middle, 8 on the right, 2 on the left. The year before, he played 31 on the right, 12 through the middle, 2 on the left. And the year before that, so that was his last year at Monaco, 35 through the middle, 4 on the right, 2 on the left.
Okay.
It's obviously not a winger.
I think we can all agree that he's versatile.
Yeah.
Pretty much he can play where you put him. Unlike Neymar, who's pretty much left-sided. But I'm looking at it I'm looking at it solely as this because I've reserved the striking position for one player. So for me, Neymar and Mbappe are fighting it out on the left side. I mean, it's unfortunate Messi got into the team, so this is what we're left scrapping around for. And it's just solely down to who do I consider to be the better player, because I think both can play on the left. And for me, Mbappe is better than Neymar. So I'm putting Mbappe on the left side of the pitch.
It's a tough one. It is a tough one, and it's definitely between Neymar and Mbappe. If we're basing it, we're basing it on, let's say, the last couple years. Obviously, because of injury, come the end of the season, Mbappe has all the stats, the goals and assists, because he's played full seasons the last 2 years. But I'm not just based on the last 2 years. You know, when we started it, the 11, we said, you know, if you win the last 2 years, currently, if you put our team today, last 5 years, whatever. If I was putting out a team today, right now, and I know it's March, Nathaniel, but I must say he played against Borussia Dortmund in the second leg and was the best player on the pitch. If I take him off the bench, if I'm putting out a team today, and I'm picking my left winger, and I got to choose between Mbappe and Neymar, I'm going with Neymar. I have to go with Neymar. Now, over the course of the season, the ages that they're at, if I had to buy one in the transfer market, I'd probably go Mbappe. You're going to get the consistency of performance across a year. You're going to, he's younger, so he's got much more years ahead of him. Potentially, he could be better than Neymar come the end of his career. You could say he had a great career, Neymar. But I think Neymar's got money in the bank. I can excuse injured seasons in the last couple of years because he's got money in the bank. He has done it at the time, and I'm not again. I'm not going to say that Mbappe hasn't, because he's done it at Champions League and World Cup level. But this man was a part of arguably the greatest front three. Maybe not even arguably, but in club football, arguably in world football, I would put Ronaldo, Rivaldo, and Ronaldinho ahead of that. In club football, I don't think you can put a better one than MSN. And you've seen how Barca struggled since Neymar's gone. And you have to put Mbappe, you have to put respect on his name. And I'm glad that he's young, because it means that we can put even more respect on his name when the older gen has gone out. But right now, I have to put my boy Neymar. And I'm not begrudging Mbappe in it. It's kind of like to say Mbappe there, I say cool in it. But I think Neymar's got a bit more. Mbappe got the pace and maybe the killer instinct as a goal scorer. But your left winger for me, Neymar's got the dribbling passer person, the creativity, like in terms of even through balls, crosses into the box, that kind of thing. And I think if you got Messi on one side, Neymar, that's nearly MSN again with a better. As we're gonna find out when we go to the striking room. But personally, I'm going Neymar.
This whole thing is rigged, man. I think it's rigged.
Nathaniel, you gonna say something?
Yeah, I was gonna say, all jokes aside, yeah, like I won't lie, if I forget what I said about Mane, like Neymar's actually cold. I'm remembering the year where I think it was the World Cup, where he got injured in the game, and everyone's like, yeah, he's done. His World Cup's over. Brazil are out in the next round. Next round came. The starting 11 came out. Neymar was there. I was like, wait, what? How did this happen? Like, but when I think about that specific tournament, he impressed me like a lot. And with Emerson as well, even at PSG, he's done there's a few times where I've been like, okay, cool, I can see why everyone says like he's up there, innit? And like when you watch his highlight reels of him twisting up defenders and stuff like that, doing them skills, doing the rainbow flick over centre backs and stuff like that in the corner, you just like can't lie, he's up there. He's up there. Man. So I'll pick Neymar just to.
Don't worry, the streets will forget that you picked Mane, by the way.
Mane is cold, bro. He gets into all your.
All right, guys, we've got 10. The 10 is all black. Kimmich or Trent. I'm saying 10. Kimmich or Trent. Ramos, Van Dijk, Robertson, Kante, De Bruyne, Toni Kroos, Messi on the right, Neymar on the left. Now, listen. If anyone disagrees here, this might be the last podcast. Yeah, I can't make any promises that we will return. Number 9, the best striker in the world right now, probably last year, probably the year before that. Cristiano Ronaldo. Has to be Cristiano Ronaldo. Someone tell me I'm wrong. Because if man's scoring 21 in, I think he got 21 in 21 this year, and people thought he got a bit of a dip, and man just came 2020 after the winter break, rest his tired legs. Man just came on fire, and you know what? Providing he's all well and healthy after this corona outbreak passes, he's gonna be even better. Look at this long break he's got. Man's gonna come back again. Listen, Messi got 6 Ballon d'Ors, Ronaldo got 5. Man's won 4 Champions Leagues at Real Madrid, of course, 5 in total. Nations League, top Champions League goal scorer, Euros, and that's all in the last 4 years. I think for me, his goal scoring record is enough for me. His movement, aerial ability, his striking ability with both feet, and between him and Ramos, who got 2 of the best penalty takers in the world. I have to go with Ronaldo, number 9. I think that's my world 11 there.
Well, I hear what you're saying, but you see when we're picking these players,
yes,
right? Because it's world 11, I tend to leave out their accolades in terms of what trophies they win. Really, and the reason why I say that, I tend to forget that side. Really, because a lot of that comes down to the team or club or international team or club that you play for. Like, for example, Ryan Giggs, as much as he won at Man United, as much as a great player that he was, all the accolades that he got, he was never very successful for Wales, and that was much to do with the quality of the Welsh team. It wasn't very good. So and people like, even though I know Ronaldo won the Euros and Portugal had a somewhat decent team, you could never really slate Ronaldo for not winning the World Cup, because let's be honest, Portugal have never been a great side. Like, they've had a couple of great players, or I say very decent players, but Ronaldo literally has to carry that team. If there's one game where he's not able to carry them, they're out of the competition. Literally, they're out of the competition. It's as simple as that. Because there's so many teams out there that's better than them. And that's why when I'm picking these players, it's literally down to what I see on the pitch, their ability, technical ability, and somewhat, depending on what position we're picking, goal scoring, how much goals they score, and how comfortable they are putting the ball back in the net. With all that being said, I think currently, right now, the best striker in the world, it isn't Cristiano Ronaldo. I think he's a little bit past it, not quite what he used to be, and quite frankly, there's 1 or 2 players out there better than him. And for me, the striker that I have to go with, that's going to provide the ultimate link-up for Messi and Neymar, because that's who we've got on our left and right side, is Robert Lewandowski.
I thought you were going to say Suarez. I was about to cut.
No. Robert Lewandowski takes the biscuit here as the best striker in the world and the best striker to go into our World 11 team. Please tell me something different other than Neeks. Tell me something different. I can't see anyone better than him. I can't.
Nathaniel.
But you know what? Yeah, whilst Carl was talking, I was literally murmuring Lewandowski. Please say Lewandowski. The guy has a Guinness World Record for scoring goals. Like, deep it. The guy's cold. Every year
in quick succession.
Yeah, I think it's that.
I think it's
deep it. Every season, at the beginning of every season for the past few years, you always hear Lewandowski's on fire. Lewandowski scored like 10 goals in 2 games, like some stupid stat every time. Like as a striker, that's what you want. That's as a fan, that's what I want to hear my striker doing every season, just banging in goals left, right, and center. So I
So
can't
you
even
hate
argue with
Firmino?
Cal, man.
So-
Huh?
So you hate Firmino then?
No, I don't hate Firmino.
Oh.
Firmino is Firmino is a different kind of play. You get me? It's on FM they call him, what's it called? A deep lying forward or something like that. Yeah,
I'm sure they call him a
don't watch Firmino's things.
score in Anfield.
Yeah, no, Firmino's a different kettle of fish. Yeah, we don't need to drag him into this. You get me? But as a out and out striker, yeah, like I want to hear people like Lewandowski, and like I hate to say it, but we'll throw his name in there, Harry Kane as well. And yeah, we'll move on now from me to Ramon, but I'm picking Lewandowski.
Wait,
Who you picking, Lewandowski?
Yeah, he's cold, man.
No, he is. He's banging like
He's-
25 goals this season. But I was going to say before Ramon comes in, the last one was that, I mentioned, Nations League, Euros. It was, he won them, but I didn't mention Benjamin Mendy because he won all the trophies. Man was crucial in winning both the Nations League, the hat trick in the semi-final, and in the Euros, he was the top goal scorer, or at least Portugal's top goal scorer, if not the tournament. And Champions League, again, of course, he's playing for Real Madrid, but man's been top goal scorer year after year after year after year in the Champions League. So he's not just like a cog in the wheel. The 5 Ballon d'Ors, says that alone. Of course, this year we don't know what's going to happen with this season, but man's got the record for 11, joint record, 11 consecutive Serie A games that he scored in. So he's on the wane. Yeah, he's not as good as he used to be, but as a goal scorer, his record, he's still breaking records. So that I mentioned team awards, but of course, Ronaldo's been at the center of most of them. Ramon, who you having?
Neeks, I hear what you're saying,
I don't
bro.
believe this. How Ronaldo?
I hear what you're saying. I do not, and I genuinely do hear what you're saying.
You don't.
No, let me land. Lewandowski's been phenomenal, and I just feel like sometimes we don't mention what he does for Bayern Munich in the Bundesliga, even in Europe.
Europe where? What's he doing for Bayern Munich in Europe?
in the Champions League, bro.
He's scoring goals.
Not in the knockout round. Listen, when's the last time this man really banged for Bayern Munich in the latter rounds of the Champions League? Man did it for Dortmund, four goals against Real Madrid, and he just gets a goal here. Ronaldo's been banging.
I hear what you're saying. Don't get me wrong. You think I'm not hearing you? You think it's just going in and coming out? You don't
want to speak about Oblak. Ronaldo was 2-0 down. Juve were 2-0 down against Atletico Madrid. And man banged a hat trick. And
Neeks, we hear you.
You think I'm ignoring you, bro? I know you. I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. Quality is there. But I'm saying people don't talk about Lewandowski, like number-wise, is up there. Like, he's consistent, he's consistently bangs 40 goals a season. Not Liga overall. He bangs 40 goals a season. League, Europe, Cup. Every year for the past 5 years, he banged 40 goals. Now people strikers talk about, I just want to get to 20 goals a season. Overall, better strikers, I want to get to 20 league goals a season. He's like, you know what? I'm a 40 goal a season kind of striker. And not everyone matches. Even this year, he's on 39 already. And I just feel like he doesn't get talked about as much as a great striker. However,
What?
see this team right here? See me right here? I'm a man, and I think as you may have seen throughout, I'm a man about legacy. I'm a man about a man who knows what to do in the big occasion. Man like Sergio Ramos, he comes in and drags his team through when they need it. Yeah. So I have to put ultimate respect on the name and the man who makes it into my world 11, Cristiano Ronaldo. I hear what you're saying. I just feel like enough respect needs to be put on it, and I have to just gloss up Robert Lewandowski. But Cristiano Ronaldo, he has been phenomenal, and he's done it in Premier League, in La Liga, and in Serie A. And I'm not even talking about that because I'm talking about right now as the best striker in the world. And people talk about, let's talk about the best striker in the world, and I had Lewandowski and Aguero and Kane, but no one's really saying Ronaldo because we're forgetting about him. We're forgetting about one of the greatest players to ever play the game of football. Cristiano Ronaldo is up there, man. Right now, he's up there. Right now, he's up there with Lewandowski banging it. And again, as I said, I'm a man about legacy and a man about who knows how to drag a team through. And I agree with Neeks, and I feel like Lewandowski hasn't done that on the big occasion, where be it for Bayern Munich in Europe, be it for Poland in the Euros, be it for Poland at the World Cup. Ronaldo doesn't like. I'm not saying that Poland and Portugal are on par, but Portugal really in that Euro shouldn't have been. It shouldn't have been there. They shouldn't have been there. It shouldn't have been anywhere near it. Against Spain, they shouldn't have been. They should have been outclassed against Spain. Carl was telling me Spain were going to do this, Spain were going to do that, and he comes up trumps again. Then Ronaldo is a man who knows how to drag a team through. He's a man about legacy, goals, and for me, the best striker in the world right now.
Right, we got a dead heat then. 2 for Ronaldo, 2 for Lewandowski. You heard our arguments. Of course, we got a dead heat there. We got a dead heat at right back. And we'll leave that down to you, the viewers, the listeners, to let us know your World 11 and who will you pick over Trent and Kimmich or Ronaldo. Sorry, Trent or Kimmich and Ronaldo or Lewandowski as the number 9 and the right back, respectively. So the team again is Oblak, Kimmich or Trent at the right back position, Robertson from Liverpool left back, Sergio Ramos, Van Dijk as a centre back, Kante holding midfielder, De Bruyne and Toni Kroos as the central midfielders, Neymar on the left, Messi on the right, and Ronaldo or Lewandowski as the number 9s. We'll leave that up to you. Guys, thanks for joining us on the Neeks Sports Podcast. Kyle, Ramon, and Matt. Guys, thanks for listening and watching the second part to this podcast. Enjoy the rest of your week. Stay safe. Stay indoors. Wash your hands. And we'll see you next time.